another game, another 64 minutes, I thought. Probably one of our best games of the year. Most proud of the 7 goals against. We've been, 12, north of 12 literally every game, so it was nice getting that under 10 and keeping it at a pretty low score at 7. And the shots were approximately even. So kudos to the defense and Matty.
You bring up that defensive effort. I mean, you guys had 10 more blocked shots than Calgary did in that game. Just where does the focus come from for blocked shots for this Bandit group, or is it just kind of fighting for each other?
Well, we play a different style of defense for one. We do try to get in the lanes and do that purposely, and we have guys who like to do it. I'm not sure why, but they put their bodies on the line, and the guys are willing to pay the price to win the games right now, and that's why we're winning. Guys are doing little things right, whether it's blocking shots or loose balls or running to the bench. We're just doing the little things right, minimizing the dumb penalties. That's the team there that runs a lot in transition. They were behind the whole game, so they had every reason to run today. Our offense did a great job of minimizing any offensive opportunities through transition. I don't know, they got 1 goal today on transition.
Hey John, 5-1 in your last 6 games. What's sort of been the key to turn that record around?
Just getting on the same page, communicating, ironing out any little wrinkles that we had. It just seemed like there was a lot of question marks with what we were doing. Just guys weren't on the same page. A lot of guys in and out of the lineup, and it's just nice, having guys believing in what we're doing and sticking to the game plan. I think that goes a long way. I think you start getting one guy on his own page, and that kind of throws everybody off. And I think guys are just coming together and just doing whatever the team wants us to do. So guys are buying in.
John,
not that they weren't buying in before. It just seemed like we just find ways to lose before, and just those little plays, not blocking shots, not running off, not being on the same page just cost us games, by whether a goal or 2.
John, how important was it to get off to a really good start? You just basically jumped on them and you didn't really let up at all, or let Calgary get back in the game with a big run here.
It's always nice to get off to a good start, and we did that today. We also did that in Halifax and lost that game. So it's not only important to get off to a good start, but it's also minimizing their runs as well and keeping that distance on the scoreboard. And we did a great job. I don't think there was any point in the game where I think we got up we led, by 3, 4, 5, 6. We built, I think they beat us in the 3rd quarter, that was about it.
Yeah.
So we won 3 of the 4 quarters, which was pretty good results.
Thoughts on Matt Vince tonight overall?
It was nice to see him look comfortable, and I thought he made a lot of big saves. He looked very calming, which always helps the defense. And he's a big part of our team, and we need him to play like that. Moving forward, and we need the defense to do what they did today as well. Block, I don't know how many shots, but 10, 14.
You've had a couple of guys come back from the injured list on defense, John. Plus, you've got Dawson, who's now at least knows the first name of all his teammates, I would hope. Do you sense more continuity in that way?
I think, having Paul out there, he also brings some calmness, and just having his presence out there, big body, he's very experienced out there, and he communicates very well in practice and during the game as well.
Josh reached 50 goals for the season. How impressed have you been with sort of his consistency and the way he's been able to put those marks?
Not surprised. Great player. Fan voted MVP of the team. Not only Josh is a great goal scorer, he's a great feeder, hustles well, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to win as well. And it was nice for him to get 50 goals. Well deserved.
You mentioned the offense helping the shutting down Calgary's transition. Was it just a matter of them getting off the floor faster? What exactly?
Well, both. You have to make the decision whether you can get off the floor or you go back and play defense, and that happened. Both situations occurred many times.
John, you've had more than enough close games, I assume. A game like this can that just help everybody relax and gain confidence from here on in, as opposed to the constant 1-goal games back and forth you seem playing?
Most games in the league are within 1 or 2, so it's nice having that odd game when you're on the winning end by 6 or 7. It's definitely nice, especially towards the end of the game. We can kind of relax a little bit, and not get stressed out. It seemed like every game this year we've been in, it's been a tight one where the other team's been up by a few and we have to chase. So it was nice to control the game for 60 minutes.
rookie defensemen like Zach Velter and Cam Wires have had to kind of jump right into the fire this season with guys going in and out. And now in this back half with defensemen coming back from injury, it feels like they've been able to settle in a little bit. Cam had 4 blocks for a season high for him today. Just how big has it been with less pressure on those rookies down the stretch?
We put a lot of pressure on those guys to come in and play a lot of minutes early. And, ideally in a perfect world, you want to play those guys a couple games, sit them, have them watch, and, just learn and get better. Whereas this year it's like just throwing them in the fire, try your best, try to get better, learn out there as your minutes are going by. And now that we have everybody coming back, now we have the luxury of seeing a guy like Belter. He sat last game, put him back in today. I want to find out who's going to be those bottom 5 guys in my lineup. Those bottom 5 guys are going to win these 1-goal games. So it's nice knowing now that I can put guys in the lineup and I know what I have.
Going into the playoffs, you might not have the same home field advantages you had a year ago. How do you feel about the ability to make a deep run, maybe with more road trips, more road games?
It'd be nice to have home field advantage. That's not mathematically. It's still a mathematical possibility that we can get a home playoff game to start off if Albany loses all their games and we win our next game. But it's a tough task, obviously. So, to win in this league, you got to win on the road. So I'm okay going on the road. Sometimes going on the road brings guys together. I'm glad it's not like a place like Vegas in the last game where guys may have. I'm not saying they will, but you kind of get that mentality of Vegas. It's party, and I think if we're on the road, it's either be Georgia or Albany, and both great teams. Both teams have beat us this year. Both teams beat us here. Albany beat us here and at their own place. I think our guys are up for the challenge, whether it's a home game or an away game.
Thanks, John.